The latest Rings of Power episode sees Galadriel and the Númenoreans travel all the way from Númenor to the Southlands, where they find the village where Arondir and Bronwyn are battling against Adar and his orcs. It's a 2,000-mile trip, 1,800 miles on the ocean, 200 miles or so on land, including passing through the mountains that surround Mordor. I know what people are going to say. Well, these timelines don't line up exactly. There's time is passing at different speeds and different storylines. We just don't see it all. But they're showing us Galadriel on a ship talking with Isildur at the same time as, Arondir is fighting the orcs. And then the next morning, or the morning after that, the Númenorians charge into town and save the day. The fast travel stuff drives me crazy. And I don't understand how anyone watches this and thinks, oh yeah, that makes sense. They can travel 2,000 miles and arrive at the exact place and exact time required for them to be there. How do they know that this village is where they're supposed to go? This specific village in the Southlands. How? How do they show up the morning at the nick of time in order to save the day? Does that kind of terrible, eye-rolling, mind-bogglingly bad writing not bother everyone who watches it? I can get why people are like, cool, there was a battle and some action and that was fun and Mount Doom exploded, cool. But what about all the freaking logical leaps here? What about all the times that somebody was saved just in the nick of time? Yes, when the Númenorians show up, but also Bronwyn stabs that orc through the back just in the nick of time to save Arondir, who then saves Bronwyn. Miraculously, Bronwyn is fully healed the next morning, even though she was stuck through. Galadriel stops Halbrand from killing Adar, and then vice versa. He does it when he stops her from doing the same thing. She's going to kill him because Adar gets a really sick burn in on her. She's telling him how, he talks about his orcs he loves them. They're his family, he's the papa orc. And she's like, I will kill all of them, every last one, and make you watch. And then at the very end, I'll kill you too. It's damn, Galadriel, what the hell? And he's like, well, I guess maybe your search for Morgoth's successor should have ended in a mirror, which was a great burn to send back her way. He's quickly becoming my favorite character in the show, honestly. He's Benjen Stark, by the way, the actor. He played Benjen Stark in Game of Thrones. But anyways, when Galadriel says she's going to save him for last, he gives her that little sick burn, and then she's like, maybe I'll kill you first instead, and she's about to kill him, which is quite the flip-flop when Halbrand stops her. There's lots of little hints that Halbrand is Sauron in this, the real king of the Southlands coming back. He asks if Adar remembers him, or Adar. I don't know how to say his name. And he's like, no. But Adar says he killed Sauron, and it's possible that he did kill Sauron, and that Sauron has returned in this new body that he doesn't recognize. I don't know. I don't care. I wanted to care at first about all these mysteries, but I don't care. Okay, the key, right? That explodes Mount Doom. But what it really does, when Waldreg, of all people, activates this mechanism, is that it breaks a dam. And the water flows through all these tunnels and ditches that the orcs were digging, and then that pours into the mountain, and then that water activates the lava, and that creates the eruption. Which, fine, that could happen. The problem is you've got this key, this ancient key, right? Set up by Sauron or Morgoth or somebody. And twisting it doesn't just turn on the volcano. It breaks a dam. What if all those ditches and tunnels hadn't been built? What if somebody had just done the key and the dam had broke and all the water flowed out, just went nowhere near the mountain? That could have happened. Also, why do you even need the key? Why don't you just go break the dam? Surely you can send some orcs over there to break the dam. This is the big key? Activate some goofy machine? dam breaking machine that then activates like a, you know, like one of those mousetrap game things. It's so silly. But people are like, whoa. And I'm an idiot, but I went to the subreddits for this. And reading all these people that are like, oh my God, I got goosebumps. It's so epic battles. It's like you have to just turn your brain off to think that this is so epic and amazing when there are so many problems with it. Theo at one point asks Bronwyn to tell him what she told him as a kid, when he was a little kid. And it's this like exceedingly pretentious and cheesy stuff about like finding the light to get rid of the shadow. And it's like, you said that to your little kid? That's what you would tell him when he was little? And he wants you to say that again? I mean, couldn't she have sung him like a little like lullaby or something? That would be more Tolkien-esque and less pretentious. The show is just reeks of pretension and it's just amateur hour. Like the fast travel from Númenor to the precise location in the hundreds of square miles of Mordor, the precise location at the exact right moment to save the villagers. And like, what's up with these villagers too? They retreated from the village to the tower so that they could have better defenses against the orcs. The orcs come and they leave the tower and go back to the village, where they then barricade all the people who can't fight inside the tavern. Just like, isn't that what the bad guys are supposed to do? Barricade people in the tavern and then set it on fire? Like, you know, I don't know. I think this may be the worst episode yet. I mean, it had all my least favorite characters and storylines. Didn't have any Elrond or Durin or any of the Harfoot stranger stuff. And I find all that stuff way more interesting. Those two storylines are by far my favorite storylines. And these are by far my least favorite. And this whole episode was just all about them. The only redeeming factor was Adar. I don't know. Benjen Stark, and his true, you know, affection for his orcs, trying to give them a home. He almost pleads with Galadriel, saying like, they have hearts, they deserve life, they deserve a home just like everyone. And she's like, no, I'm gonna fucking genocide those pieces of shit. It's like, okay. I mean, I agree, orcs are bad and all that, but Galadriel's not. I mean, they just keep making her look worse. What's with her stupid armor? She's like dodging arrows on her horse in a full plate cuirass. Like, she's bedecked in heavy armor and like swinging off to the side of her horse. I feel bad for the horse. There's just so many problems. I want to enjoy the battles. I want to enjoy Mount Doom erupting. I want to enjoy this stuff, but it's just like one stupid, ridiculous thing after another, and it takes you right out of the show, time and time again. I can't handle it. So it's late. I'm tired. I'll go to bed. Thanks for watching. Let me know what you thought of this epic episode of The Rings of Power in the comments below. Feel free to like, subscribe, share, etc. Peace.